In today's video, we will explore the family tree of Saddam Hussein, one of the most powerful leaders in the Arab world. The man who spent much of his life in conflict with opposing forces and remained outwardly composed even in his final moments on the gallows. So in this video, we will explore which Arab tribe Saddam Hussein belonged to and when that tribe first arrived in Iraq. We'll also look into what historical connection, if any, existed between Saddam Hussein and the great Muslim leader Sultan Salahuddin Ayyubi, who famously liberated Jerusalem. Lastly, we'll examine Saddam Hussein's claimed lineage to the Prophet Muhammad and trace how the family tree he presented connects back to the Prophet's household. To understand Saddam Hussein's family tree, we need to look at the Bu Nasir tribe, which settled in the city of Tikrit, Iraq. This tribe is considered a Bedouin Arab shepherd clan, traditionally associated with rural and tribal life. Historians mention that the forefather of this tribe was Ahmad Nasir ibn Hussein, who is believed to have descended from the ancient Arab tribe Banu Qahtan. However, during his rule, Saddam Hussein released an official family tree in which he claimed that his ancestor, Ahmad Nasir, was a descendant of Imam Musa al-Kazim, the 7th Shia Imam. According to this lineage, the family traces back 3 generations from Imam Musa al-Kazim to Imam Hussein, and from there to Ali ibn Abi Talib, and finally to the Prophet Muhammad. However, the accuracy of the family tree issued by Saddam Hussein cannot be confirmed with certainty, as Iraq is a country with a Shia majority population, and it is possible that the lineage was created to gain the trust and support of the public. Nevertheless, there is no doubt that his ancestors belonged to Arab tribal roots and had a genuine connection to the land of Arabia. The founder of the Bu Nasir tribe, Ahmad Nasir, migrated with his family from the Arabian Peninsula to Iraq during the time of the Ottoman Caliphate. They settled in a small town called Tikrit, and due to their residence there, they became known as al-Tikriti, meaning from Tikrit. It's worth mentioning that Tikrit holds great historical importance, as it was also the birthplace of Sultan Salahuddin Ayyubi, the conqueror of Jerusalem. However, the key difference is that Salahuddin was of Kurdish origin, whereas Saddam Hussein belonged to an Arab tribe. After migrating to Tikrit, the Bu Nasir tribe eventually split into smaller sub-tribes. These tribes formed a tribal alliance known as the Bajat Tribal Confederation. This alliance consisted of around 10 tribes, and Saddam Hussein belonged to the most powerful of them, the Bu Katab tribe. Saddam Hussein's grandfather, Abdul Majid, was an ordinary farmer from the Bu Katab tribe. He spent his entire life in Tikrit and was engaged in agriculture as his primary occupation. While living in Tikrit, Abdul Majid had 3 sons, Hussein, Hassan, and Suleiman. The most prominent among them was his eldest son, Hussein Abdul Majid, who was Saddam Hussein's father. It is said that, like his own father, he also remained involved in farming in Tikrit. He was married to Subha Talfa, Saddam's mother, who came from the well-known Talfa family of Tikrit. As for Subha's ancestors, they also belonged to Saddam Hussein's tribe, the Bu Katab. Historical accounts suggest that her forefathers were known for their resistance against the Ottoman rulers and were considered bold and defiant figures during that era. This goes back to their ancestor, Musalat al-Nasiri, who was also the leader of the Bajat Tribal Confederation. He led a joint tribal army and launched a rebellion against Ottoman Sultan Abdul Hamid II, with the aim of separating the entire Tikrit region from Ottoman control and establishing an independent local state. As a result of this rebellion, Sultan Abdul Hamid responded with severe force, crushing the uprising and ordering the execution of Musalat, the chief of the Bu Nasir tribe, along with his sons and many other members of the tribe. Talfa ibn Musalat, the son of Musalat, managed to escape with a few surviving members of his family, saving their lives from the Ottomans. After that, the family became known by his name as the Talfa family. Talfa ibn Musallad had 3 sons and 1 daughter, meaning Subha Talfa had 3 brothers. The most prominent among them was Khairallah Talfa, who was a senior official in Iraq's Ba'ath Party, as well as Saddam Hussein's uncle and father-in-law. During his rule, Saddam Hussein appointed him as the mayor of Baghdad, but due to corruption allegations, he was later removed from the position. As for Khairallah's children, his son Adnan Khairallah, who was Saddam Hussein's cousin, was appointed as Iraq's Minister of Defense. It is reported that he died in a helicopter crash, though some sources claim he was planning to rebel against Saddam and was allegedly assassinated on Saddam's orders. Saddam Hussein was born on April 28, 1937, in a small village called Al-Auja near Tikrit. Several months before his birth, his father went missing, or possibly died from an illness. During this time, his elder and only brother also passed away from cancer at the age of just 13. It is said that at that time, Subha Talfa was in such a difficult condition that she attempted to terminate her pregnancy before Saddam was born. However, when that failed, she sent the newborn Saddam to live with her brother, Khairallah. As a result, Saddam spent his early childhood in the care of his maternal uncle. During this time, Subha Talfa married again to Ibrahim al-Hassan, with whom she had 3 more sons. Saddam Hussein also began living with his mother and stepfather, but unlike his uncle Khairallah, his stepfather treated him harshly, often beating him and even preventing him from getting an education. As a result, at around the age of 10, Saddam ran away and went to live with his uncle Khairallah in Baghdad, who became a father figure to him. Under his uncle's guidance, Saddam completed his high school and secondary education in Baghdad. Later, he enrolled at Baghdad Law College, where he studied law and eventually joined the Arab Ba'ath Party. And within just 10 years of entering politics, Saddam Hussein rose to become one of Iraq's most powerful and unchallenged rulers, eventually becoming the 5th president of Iraq. He went on to rule the country for nearly 23 years. As for Saddam Hussein's stepbrothers, one of them, Sabawi Ibrahim, served as the head of Iraq's intelligence agency. After the U.S. invasion of Iraq in 2003, Sabawi went into hiding and the U.S. placed a $1 million bounty on his head. Eventually, in 2005, he was arrested in Syria, and in 2009, he was sentenced to death. However, it is said that he died of cancer before the sentence could be carried out. His 2 sons, Ayman and Ibrahim, were guerrilla fighters who frequently carried out attacks against coalition forces in Iraq. Apart from this, Saddam's other brother, Barzan Ibrahim, was considered one of his closest advisors before being captured by U.S. forces. In January 2007, he was also executed by hanging. It is reported that during the execution, when he did not die immediately, his head was severed from his body due to the force of the drop. In addition, Saddam's 3rd brother, Watban Ibrahim, served as Iraq's interior minister. He was captured in 2003 while attempting to flee towards Syria. He later died in 2015 while imprisoned in an Iraqi jail. Similarly, if we talk about Saddam Hussein's uncle, Hassan Abdul Majid, his most prominent son was Ali Hassan, Saddam's first cousin. He was accused of using chemical weapons against the Kurdish population in Iraq as part of a campaign of ethnic cleansing. Because of this, he became widely known as Chemical Ali. Based on these charges, he was sentenced to death in 2007. The most prominent son of Hassan Abdul Majid was Kamel Hassan, whose family, in a way, played a role in laying the groundwork for the U.S. invasion of Iraq. His 2 sons, Hussein Kamel and Saddam Kamel, were married to Saddam Hussein's 2 eldest daughters, Ragad and Rana Saddam. Both brothers fled Iraq with their families and took refuge in Jordan, where they began cooperating with the CIA and MI6. They reportedly convinced Western intelligence agencies that Saddam Hussein possessed chemical weapons, and also provided various classified details about Iraq. In February 1996, Saddam Hussein assured both brothers that they would be forgiven if they returned to Iraq. Trusting this, they returned with their wives. However, as soon as they arrived, they were ordered to divorce their wives and were officially declared traitors. However, they refused to surrender to Saddam Hussein and took shelter in a safe house. What followed was a 13-hour-long battle, during which they were killed, along with their father and 2 other brothers. Saddam Hussein's first marriage was to Sajida Talfa, the daughter of his uncle and guardian, Khairallah Talfa. From this marriage, Saddam had 2 sons and 3 daughters. Saddam's eldest son, Uday Hussein, was once considered his potential successor, but after being seriously injured in an assassination attempt, his younger brother, Qusay Hussein, was chosen to take his place. Qusay Hussein reportedly played a key role in suppressing the Shia uprising in Iraq. His son, Mustafa, Saddam Hussein's grandson, became widely known in Iraqi history for his bravery, as he fought against American forces for several hours at just 14 years of age. Eventually, his father Qusay and uncle Uday were also killed, but Mustafa stood firm like a wall of steel against the advancing American commandos. It is said that US forces had to use tanks to bring him down. Apart from Sajida, Saddam also married Samira, who was a doctor by profession, but they did not have any children together. After Saddam Hussein was captured, he expressed the wish to be executed by a firing squad, but instead, he was hanged in 2006 on the sacred occasion of Eid. In the present day, 2 of Saddam Hussein's daughters, Raghad Hussein and Rana Hussein, have been living in Jordan with their children since leaving Iraq in 2003. In addition, Saddam Hussein's grandsons, Yahya Qusay and Yaqub Qusay, are still believed to be alive today. Viewers who were the ancestors of Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei. To watch Ali Khamenei's complete family tree, make sure to watch the video shown on your screen. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching.